SuperTogito.
What's up YouTube, you're watching SuperTogito. Welcome back to my Dark Souls 3 Let's Play. This is episode 11. Yeah, it is. I sounded a bit unsure there, didn't I? I've not played Dark Souls for a few days again. I have some news actually. I did, in fact, the other day buy a PS4. So I now have both of the next-gen consoles. And I'm not going to be getting a gaming PC, so this is now my setup, and it will be for a good while. In terms of what I'm going to do with the channel with the PS4, as well as the Xbox One, is I got the PS4, in fact, originally, and in fact still now, because I want to still be able to cover / play, you know, just for leisure and stuff, the exclusive games, like for instance the new Ratchet and Clank game that came out, which is in fact not just because I found out from playing it, it's not just a remastered version of the original game that came out on PS2. It is in some ways, and it isn't, because they've actually redone all the planets. They've redone it so parts of the game play the same. You know, some of the areas are the same, but they've actually changed a lot of things, like weapons and things. They've changed some of the gadgets you get. They've changed. In general, if you're a fan of Ratchet and Clank and stuff, in general, it is so awesome. I've been enjoying it so much. I've actually had to stop myself from playing it a bit because I've just been bombing through it. I've only had the console for now 2 full days, so and I've nearly finished Ratchet and Clank already. So you know, I'm thinking of maybe doing a Let's Play on that. I don't know if anyone's interested. Let me know if you are. I'd love to do it. It'd be awesome. As well as that, with the console, I also got Uncharted 4, and I've been really enjoying that as well. And I didn't think I was going to, but I have. It's from what I've seen so far, or what I've experienced of it so far. It's more or less a male version of Lara Croft, but that's just my perspective because obviously this is me brand new to PlayStation stuff since the PS2, so I've never really played Uncharted before, so that's just my take on it so far. But aside from that, we're back to Dark Souls 3 now, and I'm hoping to get a few more of these videos going, you know, keep it going, because I'm enjoying the series and I hope you guys are as well, so let's keep it rolling. In the last episode, we took out Yellowfinger Hazel. I was so happy about that. I'm not going to lie, I was over the moon. And also the Abyss Watchers in one go. Both times. No, not Yellowfinger Hazel, but that video. And since I'd come on, that was the first time in one life, we'll say, killed it. So that's cool, as well as the Abyss Watchers. We also did the Catacombs of Carthus. Not all of it. We're up to the boss now, which in fact is what we're going to do in this video. So I think before that, I'm going to go back to Firelink Shrine and level up a bit because we've got a couple of souls. You know, I don't want to lose those to the boss. That'd be awful. So without further ado, I'm going to go back to Firelink Shrine, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Right. Here we are back at Firelink Shrine. I'm not sure if I'm going to... Oh, I'm going past her. I'm not sure if I'm going to include this bit in the video, so if it is in, cool. If not, you know, it's just how it is. I've never noticed this bit broken in here. No, doesn't like it. I don't think there's anything behind there. No, they're not. Cool. Right, so we'll go ahead and level up, I guess. I'm not yet sure exactly what I want to put my souls into. I don't even know how many times I can level up. Looks like 4 times with... really not many souls left over. I don't even know at this point what I want to put this into. I'm tempted to go for endurance. I mean, the weapon we're using right now doesn't even scale with anything, so it's fairly pointless using that. And health-wise, we can always use more health, but we're going to end up with low endurance, and I really hate a low endurance. Most builds, certainly the builds I go for, a low endurance really isn't good. So I think I'm going to go ahead and round that off at 25. We can also, in fact, come and speak to this guy, who's actually wearing, I don't know if you can see too well, but he's actually wearing armor, the armor of the Abyss Watchers, apart from his headpiece. At least his torso piece is, you know, that's Abyss Watchers. So he's sort of linked to them, and his now dialogue sort of relates to that.
Gaining admission
inside their keep, snuffing out the flames of 3 altars open even...
Oh no, there he's just explaining how you get there, so he's progressively giving you dialogue on how to get to them. But I have defeated them, so if I remember correctly, he does give you something.
You oft the Lords of Cinder, the undead legion. So that's how they're delivered to their thrones. I pity the sorry souls. Is that really Lordship's last reward?
Here you go, he's judging me for having killed them, but how else were they going to return to their throne up there? And in fact, we will go to that in just a second.
I failed to thank you for helping them find their final resting place.
Awesome.
I pity this.
Yep, that's the end of his dialogue, and I believe now, I don't know if it's right now or after we leave or anything, he basically goes and offs himself. I think he kills himself. At least that's how I picture it. I'm not really sure what he does otherwise. But yeah, we can come down here. I don't think I've ever showcased this before, but you can come down to these. Can I get it? I can't get it there. Doesn't really matter though. You can come onto these thrones. Some of them you can get onto. You can actually get up onto. In fact, if you drop down from up there, you can probably get onto all of them. But yeah, in any case, once you kill the Lord, or the Lords, you can offer their cinders, and sort of place them on the throne, and that sort of symbolizes them returning to the throne in a way, because what you need is their cinders to sort of progress. So if we do this, we can now offer their cinders, and in this case, their cinders appear to be their heads with the helmet. Well, not the helmets, the hats they wear. Which is strange. It's just a collection of them. I think it's 4 of them, yeah, 4 of them, and they sort of burn away. They're just sort of slowly, they're embered, you know. So yeah, essentially that's what's going to be on all of these thrones, including, as sort of a spoiler alert, including Ludleth. Yeah, Ludleth. Don't know why I was saying his name on there. Yeah, he doesn't. We don't kill him. He doesn't die or anything necessarily. He just gets offered. Because obviously he's already on his throne, so that's what happens with him. A quick thing we can do while we're here. I do want to really quickly check if we can in any way upgrade our weapon, because that would be awesome. Grey Rat's back. I think I sent him off to do a little scouting thieving mission earlier. Have we got any Estus flasks? Nope. Oh, we can. Okay, we can reinforce it once. Now, that's going to be all of my large Titanite. So I think for the moment, I'll leave that. Because it might even not be this weapon that I continue to use. I might swap this out pretty soon. I get the feeling I might. I don't know what my dude is doing there. He's doing some sort of up and down dance with his left leg. He's sort of glitching through the floor there a bit. Sort of Grey Rat.
Go on.
Oh, well, I skipped his dialogue, more or less. But, yeah, he's returned from his little thieving mission, having gained a sort of bigger inventory. So he's got more stuff he can sell us now. Not loads more. The sort of main thing he now sells us. I think he sold a Divine Blessing before he went away. If not, he now does sell one. He also sells more embers. You can see there we bought the ones previously from him. He sells more now, which is awesome. You know, if you're in a sticky situation but you've got a good amount of souls, maybe you're not as good at PvP or anything, so you can't get embers and such as easily. You can buy them from some of the NPCs here, which is really awesome. You know, you can get like 4 from him straight away. You can get certain amounts, I think 3 at a time, at 3 separate points from the Handmaiden once you give her certain ashes. So you know, or progress certain lengths in the story. But anyway, yeah. So we come over here. I did mention before that once you gain all 5 levels with Yol, that he dies and he is replaced with this woman over here who's named Yuria of Londor as well. You know, they must all be from Londor, obviously. Yol dies regardless of what you do. I mean, if you kill him, obviously he dies. If you make your way all the way to the Catacombs of Carthus without doing anything with him, he still dies. I don't know if he dies if you don't speak to him where you meet him in the Undead Settlement. That would be interesting. I've never tried that before. If anyone knows that happens, then let me know. Comment on this. And of course, if you gain all 5 levels with him, or any amount of levels, no. If you gain all 5 levels, then she turns up. I'm confusing myself now. Either way, he's going to die, okay? And we've gone for the sort of best of this situation, where we've gained the 5 levels. Obviously, you can't gain any more because he is dead. There's no way to gain those levels now in this playthrough. And replaced by Yuria, who now sells all the stuff he sold, which were some sorceries, or essentially teaching them to us. And also sells some other things that we can get from her. And she furthers the progression towards the separation of fire. I think that's how you pronounce it. Essentially, it's the sort of Dark Lord ending I think I mentioned before, where, because obviously, my dude is now hollow. He looks absolutely, he looks pasty. He looks awful. I don't know what's going on with him. He's got a major skin infection by the looks of it, not convection. What am I talking about? But yeah, anyway, we'll come and speak to Yuri real quick.
Oh, prithee, art thou good Yols, master? I am Yuria of Londor, a close friend of his. Thanks to thee, Yol's soul is redeemed. Allow me to express my gratitude in his stead.
Awesome, we get another gesture.
Another matter. Thou'rt a lord, art thou not? Bearer of the dark sigil, and our Lord of Hollows. For the time thou remainst our Lord, we of Londor shall serve thee, and I, of course, am also thine.
So what she's basically saying there is, I sort of mentioned it briefly, becoming a Dark Lord, Lord of Hollows, all that. This is the sort of, this woman is sort of I don't know if steward is the right word. She's the sort of guide for this ending of the game. She guides you through it. Her dialogue gives you hints as to where it's going, what you need to do, that sort of thing. And essentially what she's saying here is, as long as you don't harm her, as long as you remain hollow, you don't cure it or anything, as long as you do these things, she is going to help you, essentially. She's going to help you become this Lord of Hollows that she says you are destined to be, whatever it be. She wants you to become it for some reason. So you can at any point really choose to not continue this, I think, because once you reach the end of the game, you can still go, if you've met all the requirements for the ending, for all 3 endings. When you reach the ending of the game, you can essentially still choose whichever one. So you could do the whole Dark Lord, Lord of Hollows, whatever sort of progression of the story, get to the very end and decide you don't want to finish it that way. You can do that. Or I believe you can. I mean, in my first playthrough, I did this. I started it by accident with these with Yol and everything. I started it by accident. Then I went up online and I looked and saw what was happening, and I decided I'd continue it. My second playthrough, I think I got the 5 levels, and then I didn't even speak to Yuria. So, that's just what I decided to do. And I think for this for this playthrough, I won't bother with doing this whole dark thing. We've gained the 5 free levels because they are free essentially, as long as you don't mind your dude looking absolutely fugly. You get 5 free levels. I mean, for the sake of, if you're someone who's so good at the game that you never ever die, then for the sake of dying a few times, 5 free levels, once you're in the later newer games. I mean, I've got a friend who's on New Game Plus 5 now, which essentially means he's on his sixth run through of the playthrough of the game, and 5 free levels at the start of the game is awesome. I mean, when levels start costing you hundreds of thousands, getting on millions of souls per level, 5 free levels for a few deaths is really not that bad at all. So that's something to consider. But anyway, I'll quickly look at inventory. The Rings of Sacrifice could be useful, but I mean, we can, as long as we don't kill her, we can come back and speak to her at any point, I believe. I think that's how this works. Again, we'll see in this playthrough. If she disappears, then we know we did something wrong. And I'll try to find out what happened if that's the case. But if not, cool, she stays. She does sell this Londor Braille Divine Tome for only 50. We'll take that, but I don't know if we'll use it. We can give that to, what's her name? Arena. That's it. Arena of, I can't remember where, but she's that miracle woman. And it says there, learn miracles of Londor. There is a bit of a trick to using this. If you give this to Arena, bad things can happen. Not really, really bad for the player, but you can sort of, spoiler alert, of course, you can end up killing her, I believe. So be careful. I might forget about that in this playthrough, so, you know, if I do, I'm sorry. I don't mean to. But this is my first time doing this sort of thing, so there's a lot going around in my head right now that I'm trying to think I need to cover, but there's limited time, and I don't want these videos to last forever, do you know what I mean? So, because I'm not sure you guys want to sit and watch an hour video every single episode, you know. I can imagine people are going to get disinterested, and, you know, they'll start, you know, maybe uninterested was the word there, either way, and maybe start, you know, leaving and not watching, and I don't want that. I'd rather you guys watch smaller, shorter videos and enjoy them more. So yeah, anyway, well, I think we might be done for Firelink Shrine here. I sort of want to upgrade my weapon, but like I said, I don't think I'll have it for stupidly longer, so we can probably just decide to leave that. There's no one else to speak to really here, apart from Egon is here. This is the only time I've ever noticed him be here. So, I mean, I don't know what that means. I don't know why he turns up here. Maybe it's because we have progressed a bit further, but like I said, I only ever noticed him here, but, you know, now at this point in the story.
I know you. Been some time since we met in person. I just dropped in to see how she's getting on. Now, what are you playing at with this circus? This cesspool of doddering old folk and degenerates. Couldn't be better. She must fit in perfectly here.
I do not appreciate him dissing my folk here, my people. They're helping me. They're you know, without these people, for instance, without the Firekeeper, we'd remain at level. I mean, if you pick the, I'm completely forgetting what it's called now, but if you pick the class that starts at level 1, that's basically naked with a club, I'm completely forgetting what it is, but it'll come to me. It'll just come to me like a flash of lightning, and I'll remember, and I'll just blurt it out. So stay tuned for that, I guess. But yeah, no, without her, we'd never be able to level up, and I mean, that's hard. You know, go through the game without level. I've not tried it. I've never tried that. I've seen people do it. For instance, I've seen Jumpin Productions do it. He's an awesome YouTuber. I love him. He's quite, you know, he's fairly big, I would say, in terms of Dark Souls gameplay, Let's Play videos and stuff, as well as he does Bloodborne and stuff as well. He's really good. I'd check him out. He's just one of the people that I watch. You know, he does these soul level 1 playthroughs and shield only run throughs and stuff, and I've taken my hat off to him. I probably couldn't do that. But saying that, you're probably thinking that I should give it a go, and I sort of want to, but we'll see. We'll see. I think we're done for Firelink Shrine, so in fact we'll head on out of here. We've spent far too much time here. Oh no, look, yeah, there we go. We've got an undead bone shard. Awesome. That helps us all the time. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna head to the abandoned tomb just because it's easier to get the boss fight for the catacombs there. So yeah, we'll head there. Right, here we are back at the Catacombs of Carthus. I suppose this area still counts as the Catacombs of Carthus. Although down that way, I think we might do this after we kill this upcoming boss, who's actually, you know, back this way. But this is sort of an optional area over here. But there's a boss. I found him a bit challenging on my first run through, but more recently, in you know, the next 2 times I've killed him, I've really not found him too hard at all, so we'll see how that goes. And there's a couple of items and things we can get. Some minor foreshadowing of future places, but again, it's an optional area. But I think it'd be cool to do that. That'd be cool. Might be able to do the whole thing in like 1 episode maybe. That'd be awesome. So we're just going to come back and head up here. You may remember this from the previous episode, where I managed to get the mimic and the fire demon thing to have their little battle. That was pretty awesome. I mean, the mimic on like 1 pixel of health, it looked like almost, managed to absolutely destroy the. Oh, hang on. Okay. Well, I mean, I wonder if I can cheese this. It'd be awesome if I can. I just hope the skeletons aren't still following me. I would have thought they'd be here by now if they are. But let's see if we can... Oh, hang on. Other arrows. Forgot about those. See if we can... I'm not sure it's going to work. And that's really annoying. Means I've got to come from the other bonfire. Can I somehow get that? I don't think this is doing damage to it. Not enough anyway. So if you don't know what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to break these. I'm trying to break the rope on the edge so the bridge like comes down like it did in the previous episode, because it came down, all those skeletons fell, and it essentially allowed us to get to this area. Annoyingly though, I don't. Wow. Okay. I mean, that was just... I'm going to go ahead and say that was... No, I was going to say that was skill, but no, it wasn't. It really wasn't. That was awful. Oh, God. I can't believe I managed to walk off the edge there. Anyway, what I was going to say was I think we're going to have to come back to this other bonfire here and use this, because it looks as if that bridge isn't going to come down by itself. And as far as I know, there's no other way to get it down. So, yeah, we'll head back to this bonfire, I guess. Right, we are at the real bonfire, I would say, for the Catacombs of Carthus, and of course, these massive meat boulder skeleton things, they respawn. You know, they don't go away permanently. So I'm gonna see if I can get past it. Oh no, okay, we'll take a bit of damage, but we might be okay with that. We might be okay taking a little bit of damage. I'm more or less gonna run through this next bit because all I want to do is get to the boss. I'm really not bothered about fighting these guys necessarily. We did it in the last episode, and you know, it doesn't really gain you. It doesn't really benefit you in any way. It just yeah, if you want the souls maybe, or if you're trying to get through the area and they're causing you hassle, killing them obviously is going to help. But no, we'll just continue on. And thankfully the bridge is up, and of course we were down there, and like that. I think you have to be up here and you have to hit it with. Maybe you have to hit up here with it. Maybe, you know, the game has to sense you being up here for it to come down. I don't know. In any case, we're on the other side. We're safe from the skeletons, and I mean, you know, you can see some of them over there, just above my character's head. You can see some of them. See the legs of some of them down there as well, just through that doorway. But yeah, anyway, we can forget about them for now. We're gonna come up here. You can see some dude there, probably battling. Maybe the skeletons. Maybe he's battling, you know, an invader. You know, I've been invaded on my way up here before. In fact, I summoned someone further down there. Came up here, got invaded just as I was coming through here, and I think we killed him, but it left us with very little Estus, which did make the boss fight pretty hard. Now this room looks like it would be very important, and in fact it is. But we don't fight the boss in this room, as you'll see. It's a bit strange actually. It's like a teleporting boss fight type thing. But I'm gonna go ahead and Ember because we're down on health, and I don't think we can invade. I'm gonna slur my words many times. I'm sorry about this. I don't think you can be invaded in this room, which is of course useful, very very useful. So I mean, embering, we should be safe. Sadly, my dude still looks just ugly. I honestly, I keep saying about it, but I keep saying because I can't get over how bad he looks. I I'm going to have to get some sort of mask or something. Maybe actually, you know what? Maybe we've already got one. I'm looking at the wrong bit. Maybe I keep skipping past stuff. Maybe we can just put like a bandage on his face. I mean, that sort of gets rid of some of it. Makes me look a bit weird, but I mean, that gets rid of some of it. Otherwise, we're looking at sort of like a full facial mask. I mean, I've still got fast roll, I guess. And it is the helmet for this armor set. So it sort of makes sense. What I really want is the thrall. See, I don't like that one because we can still see his eyes, and it's his deathly eyes that I don't like. They just, oh, they look painful. See, that's not too bad. That isn't too bad. I think it looks sort of funny as well. It makes me look blind. Which, you know, if the enemies, if the sort of bosses and stuff were real players, I think they'd find it kind of funny because it's like a blind guy is going to kill them, which in a game like this wouldn't make any sense. I don't think anyway. Unless you've got some sort of sorcery or miracle which allows you to sense everything, you know, like some sort of Daredevil character or something. But, you know, this is Dark Souls. That stuff doesn't really exist. Look at them fingers. Well, we're, yeah, as I said, you sort of get teleported elsewhere. But, you know, this is it. This might not feel like a boss fight, but, this is essentially it. And, yeah, holy shit. If you're not expecting that, that's a real big fucking surprise. Just that dude just fucking appears out of nowhere. There's a trick to this boss. I think you might be able to kill him by, oh shit, is he... Yeah, he's spewing abyss. That is the attack I hate. That is the attack that kills me every fucking time. I hate it. I don't think I've been killed any other way in this boss fight. But yeah, as I was saying, there's a trick to killing this guy. I don't know if you can kill him. Look, yeah, okay, so you can kill him by doing normal damage to him by hitting his hand or whatever. But the way to actually kill him is to break these bracelets. Now, breaking all three of them, he's got 2 on this arm, 1 on the other. Breaking all 3 of them, he literally dies. That is how you kill him. Or, I mean, that's the most effective way to kill him, I guess. You'll see here after you do a certain amount of damage to the area of one, like that, it breaks, and it might not look like it did a third of his health, but trust me, it really does. He is going to die after we destroy the 3rd one. So, now, this arm is the easiest one to hit, by far. Maybe that's why they put 2 on it. The other hand is harder to hit, much harder. And that abyss stuff, that's sort of... Like, because he's only a torso. He's only a sort of torso upwards. Yeah, his... that sort of... ouch. That misty stuff, that kills you very fucking fast. That is essentially like abyss... not abyss, but abyss, like fog stuff. And like that, this is why I say this is the attack I hate. That literally, if you go in there... I might show you. Look, there you go, look. It does that, like, literally, like, twice, maybe 3 times a second. It kills you so quick. So regardless of your health, it's going to drain you down. And, I mean, it's so painful. I don't know why he keeps doing it. He's really annoying me. He can summon, like, skeletons to come and fight for him, which can be a nuisance. But, in fact, he can kill them. So sometimes it's not even that much of a problem. I think after we destroy the 2nd bracelet, like, shackle sort of thing, he summons out, like, a little sword. Ouch. That he uses in his, I suppose, his right hand, but from what we can see, it's his left, or it looks like his left to us. We just need to keep doing damage to these bracelets, and like I say, this one is harder to hit. Oh, no, I thought he was doing the abyss. This one is much harder to hit because he keeps it so much closer to his chest. Oh shit, no, see look, when he does this moving forward, he sort of charges forward, that abyss thing follows him all the way, and it just makes it so hard to get away from it, because you're like, you know, you're gonna get trapped in the abyss stuff, and it just, like I said, kills you so quick. It's like almost unfair. You might be able to get some hits on this other hand while he's doing stuff with this one. This is the issue. He just keeps it so close to his waist that you almost can't do anything. You just have to wait for them opportunities. And he's got us backed up against this wall, so if he does that abyss thing, I mean, we can almost kiss fucking bye-bye to our lives. We are gonna die. Look, here you go. Look, summoned a skeleton, and he killed it himself. And this is that sword that he uses. Just a little fucking like dagger-like sword thing. It does make it hard to hit his hand though, because he obviously attacks with the sword, not his actual hand. But it's cool because he's just gonna kill these fucking these undead dudes for us. Oh no, it looks like Abyss. Is it Abyss? Yeah, it is. Oh, you're such an arsehole, dude. I'm gonna have to move to the sides. I can't move anymore. It's killing me. Oh, thank God it stopped. Thank God. That could have been the end of us. I mean, what is he doing? Oh no, I know. Oh, I don't mind this attack so much. Just have to make sure we block it. I want to put his hand down. Put your hand down. Come on. Oh no, not there. Go on. No, do the swipe. Yeah, do that swipe and then smack down. Oh no, right. He does this sort of. He chains another attack there when he does that one. He sort of smacks his hand down, sort of like that, and it means we can get some hits on his hand for a few seconds. It is quite useful. Oh no, he's going for the abyss. I might just have to go all out here. Can't risk it. Just got to get rid of this fucking shackle. Oh, there we go. There we go, guys. There we go. I'd like to say that was easy, but I'm not going to lie. That fog, that abyss fog stuff, makes that fight very tense. Well, I mean, maybe only for me. I don't know. So there we go. That's another boss down. Let's see how many souls we get. Okay, 22,000 isn't so bad, I suppose. I mean, he's not a major boss. You know, we've still got... If we go and do the optional area down... I was going to say downstairs, but down below, I suppose you could count 2 more bosses before we have the next major boss. But... You know, so on this path, there's a couple of bosses. You know, obviously you got this one, the optional one, another one, then a major boss. But you know, that's just how how Dark Souls works. It's not, you know, a mini boss or sort of like a secondary boss and then a major one, then a secondary, then a major one. That's more how Dark Souls 2 worked, and sort of how Dark Souls 1 worked in some aspects. This one is more. You know, like I've been saying, this is more one long path that you can sort of take some diversions. I mean, the Abyss Watchers have to be your first major boss. They have to be. That's just the way the game works. You can't get to these other areas until you kill the Abyss Watchers. But once you get to not quite this point, but partway through this next area, which is called Irilith. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I always say Irilith. It might be something else. If it is, let me know. But I'm going to keep saying Irilith unless I'm told otherwise. Irilith of the Boreal Valley. That's the next place we've got. And it's... If you're a Dark Souls 1 player, you may notice some similarities, especially in the area after that. You know, but I'll keep stum about that. If you don't know about it, it'll be a nice little Easter egg / surprise thing for you. But anyway, I'm getting further off the point. Once you get partway through this next area, the Irilith of the Boreal Valley, you can sort of take a diversion partway through the area and go off and take out and essentially progress down a path that you'll have to anyway, but you can do it like earlier than you might like do it otherwise, I guess. I mean, when I did it on my other character, or so far playing through, I've always gone very linear. I got the bonfire to go down the diversion. Didn't take it though. I didn't realise that's what it would do. I thought it was another optional area maybe, but it turns out it's not. It's actually the way you have to go afterwards. But I continued and I finished the Irilith of the Boreal Valley, went on to the next area, killed the major boss. Then I came back and I realised, oh, okay, well I could have done this way before doing what I just did, but I didn't. And, you know, I feel like the game is, progression-wise, it's pushing you towards finishing the Irilith of the Boreal Valley, then next area, then the major, then going back and going down the other route. But you can do it whatever way you want, really. It's not gonna restrict you necessarily. I mean, if you can take out the enemies, go for it. You know, do it. Maybe you want to do it first for some particular reason. Maybe you get an item there. I'm trying to think of anything you might want before the other area. Maybe more souls. I mean, that's your choice, obviously. In any case, I'm completely rambling here, talking about wanting shorter episodes or maybe doing shorter ones and you guys enjoying them more. But they're not going to be shorter, are they, if I just keep baffling on about stuff that you're probably not even interested in it. In any case, so we grabbed this bonfire, and I actually forgot to mention his name. It's on this bonfire. High Lord Wolnir, I believe. Yeah, High Lord Wolnir. I mean, I'm going to say Wolnir. That's more or less what it says. It could be Volnir. It could be something else. I don't know. Wolnir. That's what I'll continue to say. Yeah, we'll just come up these stairs, and some little pole totem things. I don't really know what they're for, but yeah. This is just a very small transitional area coming out of this sort of like, well, catacombs, crypt, like grave-ish area, which is very, very reminiscent of the catacombs from Dark Souls 1, for obvious reasons. They're both catacombs. But in any case, we'll come out to this actually quite stunning environment, Irilith of the Boreal Valley. You know, you can see this lovely bridge going across here. That can be a bridge of death, depending on where you look at it. You know, you'll see. You've got this massive lake down here, which we can in fact go to. That over there, you can go. You can't go in this woods here, but you can go like in all of this whole area in front of us. You can go everywhere. That massive sort of cathedral like castle thing, that's where we'll end up essentially. But you can go everywhere. There's streets and everything. You can do more or less all of it, which is really cool. I love this about this game. In Dark Souls 2, they made a lot of areas that you couldn't go to. For instance, you had to, when you get to a certain point in the game, you go up to go to an area that's covered in lava. Literally, the landscape, as far as you can see when you're up in high areas of this area, all you can see is lava. I'm talking about the Iron Keep, of course. I mean, if you've not played it, you won't know. But if you have, you know what I'm talking about. It makes no sense. You take an elevator to go up to this place. How is that possible? Anyway, I'm going to have someone come and say, or I'm going to find something that says, oh, it's entirely possible, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the case, I don't think it should be. I know other people that don't. Regardless of that, though, I'm getting off topic. I do this all the time. I completely divert off topic and I end up waffling on. Let me know if you don't mind it. Let me know if you enjoy it. Let me know if you hate it, because I want to know. I want to know whether you guys want to hear me go on about stuff. Maybe sometimes it's useful. Maybe sometimes it just isn't. Like I said, let me know. But I think this video has been going on for a little while, so I think in the attempt to make shorter videos that are more exciting, I'm gonna call it to an end here. Once I've grabbed this bonfire, like I say, I hope you've. I'm gonna get to a better position because this is quite a nice. This is actually like a really nice place. You got the snow falling. You've got. It genuinely is a nice place. At least I feel it is. Maybe you guys don't. Maybe you guys don't enjoy it. Maybe it brings back bad memories. That's your experience. In any case, like I always say, if you enjoyed what you saw in this video, give it a like. If you feel there's anything you want to let me know of, anything you want to say at all, comment. I think you can message. I'm still fairly new to this whole YouTubing thing, at least sort of like YouTube gaming sort of thing. I believe there's some way you could message me, but that's totally up to you guys. I think if you want, and if you really have enjoyed what you see, you like what you've seen in terms of all the videos I've done, you like maybe what I've been talking about in terms of doing, going on to do PS4 stuff, then subscribe to my channel. That stuff's going to be coming. I can't tell you exactly when. This obviously isn't, this is no way my full-time sort of thing what I'm doing. I still work and everything. I still do all this sort of stuff. In fact, I'm looking at the moment for a proper job. Having come out of uni and everything, I'm now looking for a proper career job. So I'm at quite a crucial, important time in my life. So I hope you understand that I can't be doing YouTubing stuff all the time. But if you're sticking along with me for the ride, then thank you very much. I appreciate that, and I hope you enjoy what you're watching. But yeah, I think that's probably everything. Let me know if you do want to see PS4 stuff. I'd be really excited to do it. I've only got the 2 games, Ratchet & Clank and Uncharted 4 at the moment, but I'm hoping to expand that. And like I have said, unfortunately, I think I'm only going to be getting exclusive games for it. I suppose I could. I'm just going to very briefly do a little comparison I've found so far between the 2 consoles. Some differences I've noticed. As I've always been an Xbox person, I've always enjoyed the way the parties work, like chat and everything. I still love that on the Xbox. Going over to the PlayStation, I've bought a gaming headset and everything like I'm using right now, but I bought one for the PS4 as well. In fact, I've also bought Turtle Beaches, and I think the Recon 50p, whatever they are. I got them like literally yesterday, so I've not had loads of time using them, but I'm enjoying them. But I have found that the party sort of chat system on the PS4, or maybe PlayStation in general, isn't as good. That's just how I feel right now. Maybe I'll change my mind, but I feel that the party sort of system is done a lot better on Xbox. Having said that, having played Ratchet & Clank and stuff quite a lot over the past few days, I found that the graphics are really fucking amazing. I'm not going to lie, they really are. There are games on the Xbox, of course, that look amazing as well. But I know often what's said about the PS4 is it's better for gaming, so maybe it could be that they have better graphics. I'm not going to sit here and start some sort of war or, get into some really heated discussion, because at the end of the day, I'm now someone who's in the position of having the best of both worlds situation where I can play both consoles. I'm not really for or against either side now. I used to be very much for Xbox, but I've slowly been not converted, that's the wrong word. I've slowly been opened to the idea of having both, which is, at the moment I found it to be pretty awesome, pretty cool. But again, this is the last time I'm going to waffle in this video. I think that's everything from me for this episode, so I hope to see you in the next one. That's everything from me. See you next time.